Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about how to simplify to multiply. Let's get to it. One of the things that I'm noticing as the social media landscape gets more crowded and AI gets more prevalent, so people are able to create more and more content, is that we have a need to simplify. If you're not speaking directly to a person, they're just not going to pay attention. There's so much noise out there. It's hard for them to know what's for them. So we have to really kind of hone in and narrow down our focus and say, okay, we are going to speak directly to the person that we want to reach, that we want to serve, that we're the best at helping. See, what most people don't realize is subtraction is actually a targeting tool. When you pry away everything that, might get misconstrued or is bland and general and could really kind of apply to anyone, you're now going to speak more directly to the person that you want to serve. And whether that's, the 50 and over crowd that want to turn back the clock and feel younger and age better, or a baseball player who wants to improve their throwing velocity, improve their exit velocity, pursue a college scholarship. You can't water things down and talk to everybody about fat loss and talk to everybody about overall health and expect people to pay attention. They need to know that somebody's speaking directly to them. See, clarity is very much a marketing tool. And if you want your marketing to land, if you want your marketing to be more effective, you're going to have to narrow your focus. See, everybody that I talk to in our industry says, hey, I need a marketing plan. I need a marketing system, a marketing calendar. They want some sort of framework. But when I talk to them about who their ideal client is, they'll say busy adults over 30 or adults between 35 and 60. And as somebody who is 53 years old right now, as I record this, I can tell you the things that interested me, the things that I focused on, the needs that I had, the ones that I were pursuing, they were different at 35 than they are at 53, let alone at 60. So somebody trying to speak to all of that audience probably would have lost me. Now, if they want to speak to the 50 and over crowd, or as somebody who is an advocate for, my son who plays high school baseball, they could speak to me talking about that. But if they just kind of talked about a general gym membership, it wouldn't really apply to him well enough that I would pay attention. So you need to consider this. When you're putting together your marketing plan, the first thing that you need to do is really start to subtract. See, clarity is a differentiator. And these simple marketing plans that I think so many of us want and are certainly easier to put into action, to implement if we do have a simple, clear plan, they really rely on us being really specific. We need to know who we're trying to reach. And that's not just an online thing. That's a local thing. I mean, if we think about this just from a geography standpoint, if you are a local business, you're going to do far, far better if you're narrowing your focus to the people who are in close enough geographic proximity to you to actually do business with you. And if you're in a business like the ones that I typically work with, the fitness, sports performance landscape, they need to be close enough that they can visit you consistently. So, every now and again, I'll talk to a gym owner and they'll say, well, yeah, but we got this person who travels like 45 minutes a day to come see us, and they come a couple times a week because they really love what we do. And I'm like, well, that's not specific enough. That's not your core person. But if we narrow this to a 3-mile radius, a 5-mile radius at most, usually if we're talking about adult fitness, now we've already really become far, far more specific. Then if we narrow it another step further by, paying attention to the carrier routes, if we're sending direct mail, to the HOAs, the neighborhoods where our target market might live. If they frequent other businesses, if they have kids who attend other schools, all of that stuff can help us narrow our focus, because let's face it, very few of us have the resources to be everywhere all the time. So if we want to be more effective, then we need to be more focused. We need to be more clear. We need to really be more specific. So if you want to build a more effective marketing plan, if you want to really become the best solution for the people you are actually the best at serving, they have to know you exist. They have to know you're for them. And they have to be able to find you in a really, really crowded landscape. So if you want to grow, you need to simplify to multiply.